What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. So with Season 3 for Multiversus supposedly coming next week, there's a lot of new things that we all hope for Multiversus in the new season. Yeah. New characters, server improvements, new stages, maybe new game mode. Yeah. We've all heard a lot of that. But what I'm truly hoping for is new perks. Now, I'm not saying put that above any of the other things that we just mentioned, but I'm hoping for some new perks at some point, because let's face it, we all use perks on our characters, and perks can make for some pretty enticing gameplay. Although nobody really watches gameplay, but that's not the point. So I took the liberty of creating some of my own ideas for perks, and I will now explain some of them, like this one. This one is my lunge perk. Moves that have I guess we'll call it, say, a moving hitbox. Now, what exactly does this perk do? Well, luckily, I have a little mock-up of what it, well, here it is. I'm calling this one Going for Distance. So, both you and your teammates' attacks that have a moving hitbox, and I'll give it a few examples in just a second, but attacks that have a moving hitbox will have the distance of that attack extended 10% farther. Now, of course, this works very well for the attack itself to, if you think your opponent might just be out of reach, but now you have this perk and now you're going to travel just a little bit farther. Of course, it can also help with like vertical or horizontal recovery depending on the attack. So it's got multiple uses. And of course, you see the on stacked effect as well. Instead of 10% farther, you'll end up going 15% farther. So going for distance, it could work for a few different attacks. Just a few examples. Of course, Shaggy's side special, his lunging kick, which, could probably guess would work because of the silhouette in the perk itself, but that would work. Perhaps Stripe's his side air, or forward air, I should say, with his chainsaw. Maybe that would work with this perk. Perhaps Iron Giant, with his rising uppercut, that could move 10% farther upwards, so that'd always be nice. But attacks like that, so would be pretty fun and pretty neat for this first idea, and I still got 3 more to go. Perk number 2, a utility perk that could be quite a game changer, let's be honest, and it's this bad boy right here. Any guesses? I'll tell you what it does in just a second, but any guesses? I mean, yeah, okay, if you have any guesses, put them down below. But here's what it does. Here's my definition of what I think it should be. I'm calling this the healing finish. Now, as you can see by the description, this doesn't apply to you and your teammate, but just when you get a KO on your opponent, you will automatically heal 30 points of damage. And of course, if you have less than 30 points, well, then you just go back down to 0. But you will heal 30 points of damage off of your own character. And of course, there will be a cooldown on this. So if you're playing 2s or free-for-all, this won't activate like back-to-back. So you can't just like get a quick 60% heal off your character for of their damage. So, I got to balance it out somewhat. But and again, cooldown numbers can always be adjusted, but I'm just throwing that out there as an example. So, and of course, you see the on stacked effect. It'll heal 45 damage if you get a KO on the opponent, and again, cooldown of 20 seconds. So, if you and your opponent both have this on, and you can hit some KOs, and you're both at 100 damage. And again, if this is a stacked effect, you're going to heal 45 damage. That brings you back down to 55, meaning you're not really in the range of any more massive one hit will KO you anymore, depending on your character and your positioning, but you'll be in a much more suitable situation. So the healing finish, what do you think? Could this work? I think this could work. I think this would be a pretty fitting one. Again, you can adjust numbers a little bit here and there, but healing finish, there you go. There's perk number 2. Perk number 3. This one, again, here it is. Any guesses on what this one might be? Yeah, this one might be. This one might be hard to guess. So how about I just tell you? Well, this one is what I am calling maximum charge. Now, what exactly does it do? Well, if you connect a fully charged attack on your opponent, it will end up applying a stack of weakened. or, you know, if you also have this as a stacked effect, meaning you and your teammate both have this perk equipped, it will end up applying 2 stacks of weakened instead. So in case anybody doesn't know, what does weakened do? Well, weakened is a status effect where if it is applied to you, it will incur greater knockback and damage when hit, and the effect can also be stacked. So you can have multiple stacks of weakened, and of course, if you have it on you, you're going to take more knockback and you will take more damage. That's basically what that means. So my perk itself, maximum charge, and again, I didn't put any cooldown on that, but I do think there should be a cooldown somewhat. So any fully charged attack, you can go with a melee attack, you could go with projectile. Is there a projectile? Rick has a projectile now that I think about it. His blaster, that could be a fully charged attack, and if that hits the opponent, applies a stack of weakened. So this could be kind of fun. This could be a really fun one to kind of mess around with. And again, I have this more of a utility perk. I guess maybe it could be an offensive perk if you really wanted to go that route, but I guess I threw it for a utility perk. But either way, maximum charge. Let me know what you guys think about this one. And last but certainly not least, this is an idea that I seen in the last video that I did about creating new perks for the game. And well, here's what it looks like. Here's a little mock-up that I made, I should say. So any guesses? Yeah, we're gonna play this game again. Any guesses what this might do? Fire, ice, electric? Any guesses? Well, if you don't have a guess, here's what it does. Here's what I called it. I called it the Stack Master. Now, what it does, any attack that applies a stack of any kind automatically will have it double the original stack count. So say you have the projectile perk, the flammable dock, the one where if you hit your opponent with a projectile and then you hit them with a melee attack within the next 3 seconds, they become ignited, and that's 1 stack. But if you have Stack Master applied as well, it now applies 2 stacks of ignited instead. So it burns for just a little bit longer, applying a little bit more damage. But perhaps maybe more of a game changer is the on stacked effect. It will end up applying 3 stacks of the original stack instead. So if it applied 1, well, now it applies 3 instead. So this one could be really fun to kind of play around with. So again, this wasn't my idea. This was something that was in the comments section, and I thought I would kind of like show this off anyway because I thought this was a really fun idea. Thought this was really cool. But so this is not my original idea. I'm not gonna take it and pretend it is. It is. I should probably looked up who did that, but maybe I'll throw them up on screen real quick if I can find the comment. But either way, there are 4 perks. Again, just ideas, but overall, the general tone of the video, Multiversus could use some new perks. Again, yes, characters, stages, game modes, server improvements, yada, yada, yada. Sure. But in terms of gameplay, what would really help? I think new perks altogether. And again, Stack Master, I have as utility. I guess it, yeah, I think it works more as a utility than an offensive one, but either way, that is it. Please let me know what you think of all of these 4 perks. Which ones do you think could actually work in the game? Which ones seem broken? Do they seem like completely pointless? I don't know. Please let me know some feedback. Either way, maybe somebody will send this to Tony and we'll get some new perks in the game. I don't know. That's me. Yeah, that's me. That's me hoping a little bit too much. But either way, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Hopefully before season 3.